the banks of the mighty Mississippi River, welcome one and all to the Lucas Oil Midwest Showdown, a part of the Jasper Engines and Transmission Pulling Series. We're coming to you this week from the SEMO Fair in peaceful, rural Cape Girardeau, Missouri. I'm Ted Jones. Joining me in the booth, Tom McConnell. Tom, what are we going to see this week?
You're going to see the best of the tractor pullers of the Midwest. Now, the only sanctioned events here in the heart of the Midwest, you're going to see lightweight super stocks, four-wheel drive modifieds, and unlimited super stocks, and some special features as well. Let's go to Brett Kepner and find out what's going on.
Well, we've already discussed the fact that there are a lot of surprise entries at this TPM pull, but here's one we never expected to see. The man who's been one of the dominant forces in pro stock tractor pulling and ATPA Jasper Series pulling this year. What are you doing here?
Well, we ought to be home picking corn, but that place of that we're here. But it's a nice place to come. I was here a couple years ago, and a nice place to come. And they really put a nice show on. Happy to be here.
Well, we all know about you and any one Green Streak tractor, but what in the world is this guy doing behind the wheel?
Well, he's good competition. He's a good driver, and we're going to see what happens.
Now, this is Photo Joe Egley. You've seen him before on Speedvision. I presume, after all the decades of experience you have in pulling, you've also got some behind-the-wheel history.
Oh, yeah, I've drove a semi. I've drove Raymond Engelbach's old Blue Angel truck, and I drove a garden tractor, drove an antique. So I drove a pro stocker last fall, won down at Unionville, Missouri. So I've tried it before.
Now, did you say in that group that you had been on a pro stock tractor before?
Yeah, it was a limited pro stock, about 504 inches. That nothing like this Green Streak we got sitting back.
I was going to say, so you know how to buzz the motor to the moon and gently ease out that clutch and all the other stuff.
Well, I think I can handle it.
We'll see. That may be the editor of one of the largest pulling publications in the history of the sport, but he ain't no world champ, folks.
Thank you very much, Brett. A special match race here, or exhibition pull, if you would. You'll only see two tractors, both of them the Green Streak. How did this get set up, Tom?
Well, basically, Photo Joe, very good friends with the Boyd family. He's wanted to drive the tractor and has bragged about wanting to drive the tractor for some time. And, well, he's driving it first time on it, 319.05. Let's see if the team owner can beat him.
Full pull. Can even you believe a full pull?
Yeah, but I snuffed it the first time.
Well, who cares? I mean, you got it right.
We got her lit that second time, didn't we?
I noticed that you probably were kind of just grimacing and buzzing that motor as high as you could.
That was like fun, buddy.
Now let's see if the boss can beat that.
Oh, yeah.
That's always easy to buzz the motor when it's not your motor. Here comes the boss, as Brett put it, on Green Streak 2. This is Steve Boyd.
Got to be 319.05. He got a very good run. I just love that stock front end dangling in the air. He's starting to bounce, and no! Photo Joe will win his first ever. Hey, it may be a match pull, but what the heck? Photo Joe gets the credit for the win.
I heard it cutting out, but I think you missed beating your hired gun.
He's pretty tough at it. We need to put him in the seat more often.
I was going to say, you have to admit, the man did not do bad.
He put her right down through there. That's what we needed.
But still, I'm sure you felt a little stinging sensation when you realized you weren't going out.
Yeah, he needed that win. We need a win out of Photo Joe, that's for sure.
Joe, I hate to say it, but it's unusual to see a situation like that.
Yeah, it looked rigged to me. But it was fun, buddy.
This Speedvision coverage brought to you by Jasper Engines and Transmissions, the nation's leader in remanufactured engines and transmissions, and by Lucas Oil Products, #1 in the trucking industry. And by Jacobs Electronics. For ignition improvements, call 888-IGNITION. We'll be back with more. Stay tuned.
Get ready. The baddest truck and tractor pullers in the country are coming to the Fort Wayne Memorial Coliseum Saturday and Sunday, January 20th and 21st. See the pulling stars you've seen on ESPN2 and Speedvision, live and in person. They'll all be there. Simon Says, Dirt Slinger, Willie Make It, Renegade, and Insanity. See the wild multi-engine modifieds, ground-pounding 4x4s, two-wheel drive trucks, super stocks, pro stocks, plus the big rigs. Tickets are available at any Ticketmaster location or charge by phone.
Have you seen gas prices lately? Huh? Well, you don't have to be stuck with high gas prices. Get an ignition system from Jacobs Electronics and increase your gas mileage up to 15% or more. Free yourself from high gas prices and get a 15% increase in miles per gallon. Imagine the money you'll save. Installation is easy. Everything you need comes in one box with step-by-step instructions. You want to talk about quality? Even Jacobs spark plug wires come with a lifetime warranty. And with more than 18,000 applications, Jacobs has the perfect system for you. A Jacobs ignition system will save you gas money and give you power. Plenty of power. Hey, gas prices aren't going down tomorrow. Get more power and more miles per gallon today. Take advantage of Jacobs Electronics special TV offer. Call toll-free 1-888-4-JACOBS.
In recent 40-mile-per-hour frontal offset tests among midsize SUVs, only the crash test dummy in the Lexus RX 300 came through virtually unscathed in all 4 injury measurements: head and neck, the chest, and both legs. Which means our dummy could very well walk away from the accident. If it weren't, of course, a dummy. Never in history has a midsize SUV performed better. See your Lexus dealer.
Back in Cape Girardeau, Missouri, as you can see, a packed house on hand at the SEMO Fair. That stands for the Southeast Missouri Fair. This fair has been going on for 145 years. Ready to go, lightweight super stocks. David Gilmore, the Tough Enough, will be first up.
Well, the fair may have been going on for 145 years, but David Gilmore has been pulling for over 35 years. Many time Jasper Engines Missouri State champion, including 2-time winner of the Missouri State Fair. He will set the mark to beat 275.09.
And as our next puller prepares to hook, let's go down to the finish line with Brett Kipner.
They're calling it 275, but I think if we actually measured the distance you actually drove, it was about 350.
Yeah, I agree with
Now,
you.
you're the only man on a McCormick farm all here. Do you take it or do you throw it away? It's the first puller.
I'll take it.
You're going to take it.
Yeah, that's about as good as I can do.
No kidding?
Yeah.
Now, I know this is a difficult combination, but as a puller, you know, as first man out there, Dave got a chance to see what the track's like. Nobody else knows. What's it like?
But it's a good track.
Is it?
Yes, yes. I got all the weight I can get up there, so I can't do no more.
If you can't do no more, then you take the pull.
That's right. Appreciate it.
So the mark to beat is 275.09 feet as we get a good look here at Barry Bites and the tractor he calls the Nemesis. Looks like the front end is stretched on it, Tom.
Well, he's running just a slightly altered stock wheelbase, but the main thing on these 180 Alice Chalmers, they actually can turn the axles down, and it gives it a little slope look to it. And Barry will come up short, 271.11.
Ah, so close, only about 4 feet short, though, but they call this the sport of inches. Watch, you might see that this evening. The Thunder Rolls comes along right now. Steve Weisel.
Steve's really getting hooked up, but it seems like the track is a little bit loose, so it's going to make it a little bit harder to pull, especially in the lightweight category. They're throwing all that dirt up to the front of the sled. Of course, they're going to take the sled over top of the dirt, but hey, what do I know? Steve just took over the lead.
280 feet by a full 5 feet. Now you get a good shot right here. What they mean by hooking, you'll see a big hook being hooked on the tractor. That's what they pull the sled with, and then the safety that'll shut the tractor down. Let's go to Brett.
I don't get to say it very often, but ladies and gentlemen, there's a Minneapolis Moline in the lead.
Hey!
Well, what was all that welding about up there? A little heavy on the fumes there.
Yeah.
What was all that welding about up there?
Broke the tie rod in.
That's not good.
No, it wasn't good at all. I didn't know we was going to get to run at all, but they got her fixed for me, and I'm glad they did.
That's teamwork, and you didn't let them down either.
No, thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
Now our next puller's all hooked up. The guy you saw hooking up that tractor a minute ago. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Brent Long. He calls it the Long Machine.
Brent Long is the engine builder supreme in the sport of pulling. Almost every unlimited superstock tractor is using a cylinder head that says LM Long Machine on it, and no surprise at all. Brent Long takes it out a full pull, and Ted, he's only running one turbocharger. Gotta be well worth a Lucas Oil replay. Rides it high, straight up in the air, only 400 cubic inches. But Ted, I've seen this tractor run with vehicles that had over 800 cubic inches and beat them. It is awesome.
You know what's incredible about that is even though everybody almost expects you anymore to make a full pull, I think you missed it entirely on the starting line.
It shook a little for me, yeah. Yeah, sometimes the clutch, if you don't take off just right with about the right RPM, it'll shudder. and shake the whole tractor. And then you just got to turn it loose.
That bog it and bring the front end up?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
It's still way out the back, obviously. How do you do it with just one turbocharger in a class that allows 4?
It all boils down to cylinder heads. That's where you make power.
That's where you're the master.
Thank you.
Here comes another master. This is Ivan Carroll in an all-white tractor. Explain, Tom.
This is a cock-shut tractor. They were actually manufactured in Canada. Very similar to the Massey Harris's, but a very good tractor, but a rare piece to say the least. Former champion on the Jasper Pulling Series here, the TPM Association. He will come up short, but a very, very good run with that unique piece.
It takes a full pull to get into the pull-off now as we watch Larry Wessel and the basket case out of the state of Kansas. Well, this is the Midwest Tractor Pullers Association.
Oh, you've got that right. A very good run, but I think I'm seeing the track go away, and the guys are just spinning right down into the dirt. The track is just too soft, Ed. Larry will come up short, 276.03.
And with that, we'll take a break from the action. When we continue, we'll have more of the lightweight super stock as we continue our coverage of the SEMO Fair.
Looking for investment advice? Listen, a new car is not a smart investment. It's big payments, higher insurance, higher taxes, and rapid depreciation. That's why I'm installing a remanufactured engine from Jasper. Jasper's complete line of remanufactured engines and transmissions are built to the toughest quality standards in the industry, so you can keep your vehicle on the road and keep your money where it belongs. Working for you.
For all your engine and transmission needs, ask for Jasper. It just makes sense.
Is your automatic transmission slipping or hesitating? Is it leaving a mess on your garage floor? Well, before you spend big bucks at the transmission shop, try this. Lucas Transmission Fix. It stops transmission slip. It also cleans and lubricates sticking valves to reduce rough shifting. Plus, it completely stops most seal leaks. It's also the perfect preventive maintenance product for any transmission. Lucas Transmission Fix. Try it. It works.
Just how quick and agile is the Kodiak Bear? It ran away with ATV of the Year. The Kodiak Automatic 4x4 with push-button in and out 4-wheel drive. ATV Magazine's ATV of the Year. Now, buy any select Yamaha ATV and get a worn winch for just $69.95 during Yamaha All-Terrain Value Days.
Before you can get where you're going, you have to know where you've been. Speedvision takes you on a ride through the ups and downs of the 2000 racing season. It's everything you need to know and everything you need to see from our remarkable year of wheel spinning, heart-pounding, flag-grabbing action. Catch the 2000 season on Speedvision before this Y2K passes you by. Monday night, watch all the bumper-to-bumper action with GT and Touring's Year in Racing. Coverage begins at 9 Eastern, 10 Pacific.
Ah, what would a fair be without a steam calliope? And this is one of the oldest fairs. Matter of fact, the oldest outdoor fair dating all the way back to 1855. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the SEMO Fair. We're in Cape Girardeau, Missouri, as we continue our coverage of the ATPA, the Jasper Engines and Transmissions Pulling Series. These are lightweight super stocks, and this one happens to be Gary Sindelwick.
Gary was actually third in points with the Jasper Pulling Series in the Midwest in 1997. Not going to help him tonight, though. Going to come up short, 282.10. First looking at John Deere.
And that John Deere didn't do that well, but Brett Kepner's down there, wants to ask him about it anyway.
Now, that poll just goes to show people that if you take a line other than the one everybody else is trying, you can get off the starting line a little bit better.
Yeah.
But then it looked like the top end was loose.
Yeah, it was. And then it didn't go straight for me either. But what do, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you got to try the risk. And it looks like if the starting line was better on your side, I would imagine the next guy's going to follow you over.
I would imagine.
It's great to be a pioneer.
Yes, it is. Thank you very much.
Let's see if Justin Crane in the Ready for Business does that. He has an Alice Chalmers tractor.
First look at a diesel. This entire class has been made up of alcohol tractors. And we've got a smoker at 10 as it blowing smoke every which way. Gonna come up short as his momentum is coming down. I think he had a hose loose, to say the least.
Yeah, the smoke is supposed to come out the stack on the top.
Our next puller is a guy by the name of Harold Tenhouse, who used to pull a Minneapolis Moline, has made the switch to a Ford, but that switch may not have been the right thing to do. He brakes nearly on the line. Ford beat 6 inches. Tough break for Harold.
All-time record short pull in ATPA history. Let's see if Tom Pfeiffer, and the last one, it's not the last tractor, that's what he names it. Let's see if the farmer can do it.
Gisela Chandler won the Iowa Tractor Pullers points twice, so it's a very tough tractor. Let's keep an eye on it, but he is running out of horsepower at the end of the track. He too will come up short, 281.09.
Now we have another unusual tractor on the grounds. We sent Brett Kepner down to investigate.
You know, if you like diversity in the sport of tractor pulling, then the Tractor Pullers of the Midwest Circuit certainly has it. As a matter of fact, at this particular event, you'll find just about every mark represented. You've got the John Deeres. You've got the Internationals. There's a few cases out there. You'll see some Fords. There's actually a few Minneapolis Molines. I saw a Farmall McCormick back in the pit area. But when was the last time you saw an Oliver at a tractor pull? Now, the Oliver mark was created way back in the early 1900s. In fact, it was a mainstay of farm tractors for many, many years. There just haven't been that many ever designed for pulling. And for a company that went out of business in 1974, I have to ask Ron Fricke, why would you build one?
Just simply because it's kind of the underdog and just the challenge itself. You're pretty much running this tractor against itself to see how good you can actually make it run. In its own time, it would run against all the rest of them. It was actually a Cadillac. At one time, the Oliver was considered a Cadillac of the tractors, and just mainly simply because of the challenge itself.
Okay, how big of a disadvantage are we talking? Is it low in displacement, horsepower in general?
Mainly poor engine design. They always had a weak crankshaft in these particular motors, an oil problem. So that would be the main issue.
Oh, no better reason to bolt a few turbos on and hook up to 40,000 pounds then.
Right. Good chance to make pieces go everywhere. That's a good possibility that could happen.
Here's a good question. If it does hurt itself, where in the world do you go for parts?
You make them yourself.
No kidding. Is it mostly handmade stuff?
It's mostly stuff that I made myself in this particular motor. I've got the stock block, crank, and the head, but other than that, everything is my own made.
How many turbos?
I've got 2.
That's half of what you're allowed.
That's right. I could try 2 more, but it probably wouldn't be very good.
It'd be spectacular, though.
Yeah, it would be a spectacular boom, probably.
Well, if he's making everything in this by hand, campaigning it to the best of his ability with no help from anybody because there's nobody out there to give him information, then he's got my vote as the underdog of this event. If there are indeed any Oliver fans left out there, here's the tractor for you.
Okay, by the way, he is a tool and die maker, so he has a little experience in making those custom parts. Let's take a look at him pull right now. Whoa, that's the end of that, Oliver.
We check out the face of our winner. Brent Long wins yet another victory on that IH. No surprise there. Let's go to Brett Kepner.
Well, in a mushroom cloud of smoke, I think that was the final exclamation point on what you've accomplished here tonight. That's pretty impressive.
That's good luck, did he?
You got to admire the man for trying to run an Oliver in this class, though.
You bet.
Well, I got to say that, like I said, the way you treat the guys in this class is amazing, considering you're down 2 or 3 turbos compared to the rest of them, and your ability is beyond compare.
Well, I don't know about that. The track did work good for my setup tonight, being the short double cuts, and they had a good track. So it kind of fell into place for me.
It always does. By the way, does that thing fit into the heavyweight class?
I usually run the heavyweight class, and this year I've had so much transmission problems and stuff, I kind of stayed out of it. So we just decided to go to a few pulls and hook the light class.
Congratulations. An amazing exhibition, my friend.
All right, thanks.
And here's how they finished in the Lucas Oil Midwest Showdown. Our congratulations to our one and only full puller. What did that do to the points in the lightweight superstock standing?
Brent Long will be taking yet another Jasper Engines Championship title here with the TPM group in the Midwest.
Now we'll take a break. When we come back, 4x4s are ready to pull. You love trucks? Stick around. You'll love this.
Charlie, did you finish those projects yet?
To get tough jobs done fast, reach for Ace Hardware's exclusive Gear Wrench Plus, the complete toolkit that features the Ace Gear Wrench, the most incredible hand tool since the ratchet. The ratcheting head turns fasteners in record time and needs as little as 5 degrees of movement. Add the drive adapter and the Ace Gear Wrench transforms into a fine-tooth ratchet. Use the dual position extension or hard-to-reach off-angle fasteners. And with the drive handle, adapter, and drive bits, you can tighten everything from screws to Allen head bolts. With 6 gear wrenches plus all the adapters, drive bits, and sockets, Ace Gear Wrench Plus can tackle any tough job. To get your Gear Wrench Plus, stop by your local Ace Hardware retailer or call this toll-free number. At just $49.99 plus shipping and handling, Ace Gear Wrench makes the perfect gift for the do-it-yourselfer.
Charlie! Thank you, Charlie.
Over the years, I've seen a lot of engine products, but one really works. It's Valco's Tube Grip Sealant System. You see, before, when you needed an engine sealant, it was complicated. Now with Valco, it's easy. One silicone, so you've always got the right one for the job. And with the Tube Grip, you can put your silicone right where you want it, faster, so you save time and money. Valco makes it easy, so your car's on the road, not on the rack.
Thursday nights on Speedvision, E-Classics presents the most prestigious classic car auctions with certified Barrett-Jackson cars. Get up close before the bidding starts. Plus, discover every car collector's dream along the Hemmings Roadshow. That's E-Classics presents 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific.
Welcome back to the Lucas Oil Midwest Showdown. We're at the SEMO Fair just outside of Cape Girardeau, Missouri. As you can see, a full house on hand as the fans get ready for the 4x4s. Four-wheel drive truck starting with Albert Kendrick and the Sneaky Snake.
Sneaky Snake, very popular truck in this area. He will set the mark to beat, and the track is loose, Ted. I can see the dirt being flung everywhere, so it's going to definitely be a driver's track out there tonight. 277.04.
Well, as his daughter Sharon prepares to pull in the Hillbilly, let's go to Brett Kepner.
First man out always gets a little glimpse of something people don't know. It looked pretty rough.
It is. There ain't no bike there. Hey, I got to run. I got another truck coming.
Well, that'll be interesting. Meanwhile, here comes his daughter Sharon, as we said, by the way, out of California, Missouri. She calls this the Hillbilly.
On her way to a very good run, it looks like. Now, she at least wants to beat her father, who pulled 277.04. She's got a lot of ground speed, a lot of momentum, Ted. I think she's done it. Yes. A full pull.
Boy, she just beat Dad. He'll have to get sharp on that other truck. Let's take a look at exactly how she did that. Lined up down one side of the track right there. You can see the track is just a little bit loose right there on the left-hand side. Nonetheless, she kept all 4 of those tires digging in solid. That's what it takes.
Well, obviously, whatever Dad ran back up and told you worked. What did he say?
He didn't say nothing. He said, just do your best.
He didn't want you to drive his truck tonight, did he?
No, he didn't. He won't let me drive it.
Really? Not at all? You can't even sit in it?
I've sit in it. I've never drove it running, just pulling it around.
As loose as the track looked on his pull, I got to say, it looked really good.
I think where the tractors run is probably the best place right now.
No kidding. Boy, everybody's thinking just the opposite. You know that.
I don't know. I talked to the sled guy. Some of them thought it might be it.
Best to make friends, isn't it? Great job.
Thanks.
Hey, Albert, maybe you should let her drive your truck. Meanwhile, here comes John O'Horn, the Mr. Corruptor #2. He is a truck driver by profession.
That's just what he's doing now. In fact, we saw him earlier this year at the Henry, Illinois event here on Speedvision. He was running the Jasper Engines Grand American event. Now he's back home with his regular member association and doing quite well. Good enough for second at this point, 294 and change as Fred Blue comes up. Let me tell you, listen to the RPMs out of this thing. This is just a small block, Ed. This is the winningest small block in the sport of pulling. 2 4-barrels on a motor that's not over 370 cubic inches. It is incredible.
Boy, he really winds that thing up tight, I'll tell you that. He is a 9-time Tri-State Superstock Points champion. Meanwhile, Brett Kepner has our Best Appearing Award.
Well, it's the first at our Speedvision coverage of ATPA events this season. Our Lucas Oil Best Appearing Vehicle Award suddenly becomes the Best Appearing Vehicles Award. Now, any fan worth their salt who attends pulling events in the Midwest, and especially one who happens to be a fan of Ford products, knows well of the Friday family. Lem Sr. and Jr., a father and son act who campaign side-by-side Ford pickup trucks in the 4-wheel drive category. Well, what you may not realize is that this event is the final points-earning program for the Tractor Pullers of the Midwest Points Series. And right now, Dad and son are 1 and 2, and that means the potential for a clean sweep for the family. But one of the most interesting aspects of these vehicles other than the absolute incredible appearance, are the surprising differences, especially under the flip-top bodies. You see, Lem Jr. campaigns an Arias Root shotgun Hemi Ford with Kinsler fuel injection, while Father-Dad retains the same kind of Hemi Ford engine, but with the radical Don Girardeau fuel injection system. And one has to wonder if one of these two doesn't have a bit more power.
We put good parts in both vehicles. He likes to try stuff on his before he tries it on mine, because he wants to experiment with his truck before we experiment with mine. If it works on his, we'll do it to mine. If it doesn't work, then it didn't hurt me at the event we went to.
Therefore, I would certainly think that you are considered the #1 truck on this team, right?
Oh, I don't know about that. I got him the past couple pulls, but he'd been wearing me out for about a year and a half before that.
Now, any competitive family literally has to retain secrets. Is the old man holding out on you on occasion, or is he teaching you everything you think he knows?
There's no secrets between us.
Really?
No secrets.
Lem, when you brought your son into this, certainly he had been around it a long time, but did he always strike you, even as a young kid, as exactly what you wanted in a driver?
Well, the very first pull he ever pulled at, he come in third, and he was pulling against one of the best in the United States, Glenn Davis.
Yeah.
The second night, it was a 3-night pull. He come in second, and the third night he won it.
The career was over at that point.
I think he did quite well for the first weekend of pulling.
What is his strongest suit? Ability to relay information, pure driving skill? What do you think is his best aspect?
I think his best asset is putting the power to the ground. He's as good a driver as I've seen.
I don't need to point out the obvious beauty of these two machines, but I will give you this one little detail. How about a chrome hitch on the back of Lem Jr.'s machine? Now, it doesn't matter what these trucks really look like. They've burned an image in every competitor's mind. They will always be remembered as two of the most feared in either TPM or anybody else's circuit competition. These two trucks may be gorgeous, but they're also unbelievably tough.
We'll find out right now, Brett Kepner. Lem Jr. will be first to pull with the Intimidator. Remember, it takes a full pull.
He is definitely one to watch and is very, very capable of doing it. I think we all are aware of that. He's got a lot of momentum. It would not surprise me at all if he makes a full pull. As you see, Lem Freeday Sr. gives it the no surprise. Junior is out.
Well, the crowd likes him, and so does Brett Kepner.
Now, anybody who knows pulling knows how tricky a stunt that was, but when you put it that far to the left, not only are you looking for good dirt, but you always have to look out the window to see where the boundary line is.
Oh, yeah, especially when you're leading points and you're that close to the line, it makes you a little bit nervous, but we had to try that line of the track to try to get out the end, or don't matter where you finish if you don't get a good enough shot out of it.
Right, now, do you have to run up and tell Dad that it worked, or do you think he knew enough and he's going to try the same thing?
Yeah, we only got half the job done. We got one out the end. We need one more.
So he'd like to put Dad out the end. You'll have to stick around to find out if that happens. More 4xs are standing by.
For the finest and custom-designed, top-quality leather jackets, there's only one name to remember: Viking Worldwide. Custom design your jacket or choose from one of our many styles and color combinations. We inlay your designs into top-quality, fully lined lambskin jackets. Jackets make great gifts for business or friends. Whether you need 1 or 1,000, there's no minimum order. You design it, Viking can make it, and you will be wearing within 4 to 6 weeks. Call or email us for a free brochure and start designing the leather jacket of your dreams.
Looking for investment advice? Listen, a new car is not a smart investment. It's big payments, higher insurance, higher taxes, and rapid depreciation. That's why I'm installing a remanufactured engine from Jasper. Jasper's complete line of remanufactured engines and transmissions are built to the toughest quality standards in the industry, so you can keep your vehicle on the road and keep your money where it belongs. Working for you.
For all your engine and transmission needs, ask for Jasper. It just makes sense.
Tonight, it's Girl Thunder on American Thunder. Then it's the 2000 National Muscle Car Highlights. Clark Gable really knows how to please a lady. That's American Thunder at 7 Eastern, Hot TV at 7:30, and Lost Drive-In at 11.
Ready to continue with the four-wheel drives at the Lucas Oil Midwest Showdown. We're just outside of Cape Girardeau, Missouri. Tom McConnell, Ted Jones here with you. Brett Kepner's at the finish line. We continue on with Jerry Swearingen. He calls this the Outlaw. He is the 99 Missouri State Fair champion.
Been a good night for the Ford fans so far, as they are currently 1, 2, and 3. Now to be 1, 2, 3, and 4. Jerry makes a very good run, 287.08.
But not good enough. Remember, it takes a full pull. Now, Here comes Father Lem Friede. Let's see if he can do it with the Instigator. Remember, it takes a full pull, and his son has been back there and told him what to do, or rather what not to do.
He said only half the battle is won. They've got to get both of their team trucks out. No, the father won't do it, Ted. He will not do it. 5 feet short, 295.08.
Boy, you know, I'm starting to feel a little bit bad. I mean, that's the second dad that's lost out tonight. These kids are beating them up. Corey Blue comes up right now with the ultimate weapon.
Earlier we saw the secret weapon pull. That was Fred Blue. This is Fred's son, Corey. Now, Fred had the small block. Here they have an over 600 cubic inch Ford. Well, looks like the son beats the father in both categories. Corey doesn't make the pull-off, but he beats the old man, Ted.
Let's check in with Brett Kepner.
You know, we've talked about this being a Tractor Pullers of the Midwest Association event. Now, the Tractor Pullers of the Midwest actually are an associate group that campaign under ATPA guidelines in the Midwest. A lot of the competitors that you're seeing in the classes we're featuring on this Speedvision coverage are relatively unknown on a national level. Almost all of them. If you don't know that face, you haven't been paying attention to ATPA Jasper four-wheel drive point standings, because this is the most dominant figure in that category right now. Tom Tormolian, what are you doing here?
Well, we had a bad run at Saluda, and that Renegade Dodge got around me. We've been at home doing our homework, been dynoing, but you got to test on the track, and that's why we're here, to test on the track.
Now, that brings up a really interesting situation. Everybody knows that in the sport of pulling, you don't get time trials, you don't get practice runs. You show up, unload, hook, either it works or it doesn't work. So, is this how you test?
This is it, man. Come to the pools. I mean, there's no other way to do it. Can't own a sled, and you can't build a track. You just got to come and get out here and run them up and down the track.
Now, honestly, I find it hard to believe that you, as one of the premier engine builders in this sport, don't have a buddy who owns a sled and a little test track out in the woods somewhere.
Well, we could do that, but you got to have somebody to run against. I mean, you could go out there and test.
The adrenaline is a big factor in the total power output, huh?
That's right. I mean, you know, you got to get the pumped up. You got to be able to handle the situation under the pressure and look what everybody else is doing and compare yourself to it.
So this is a tune-up for the World Finals of ATPA pulling in Macon, Missouri.
2 weeks, man. 2 weeks. I got to catch that Renegade Dodge.
Now, that's interesting, folks. Not too often do we get to spy on top-secret test sessions, but just between you and me, it's not secret anymore.
No, Brett, you just told all of the viewers right here on Speedvision. So let's see what he can do with it. Tom Tormolian, the spellbound 1995 ATPA Jasper Engines and Transmission Champion.
On his way to a very good run, a lot of ground speed, no surprise. He is going to take it out. We're going to have a Chevrolet get into the pull-off with the two Fords.
And can anybody really be too surprised? I mean, this guy is a heavyweight in here.
Well, obviously, that was a successful test.
Well, yeah, we've been trying something this week, and we put it on the track, and it come down through here.
And you'll never tell us what it is either. I'm not even going to ask. But I will say this. You realize you stuck your nose in a points battle that you didn't belong in.
Yeah, but you know what? They're going to stick their nose in 2 weeks, too.
We'll find out. Meanwhile, Jerry Levitt will be up with my Udder truck. Get it, Udder?
Formerly owned by John Brown, who lived just south of Louisville, Kentucky. Sold it to Jerry over the past couple seasons. Jerry's been competing with the Jasper Pulling Series here in the Midwest. Jerry makes a good run, but he will come up short, 290.01.
But we'll still have a pull-off, and as they get ready to line up for that, we'll take a break. When we come back, the pull-off. Who do you think will win it, a Ford or a Chevy? Stay tuned, you'll find out.
Now it's easy to get in shape and stay fit in the convenience of your own home, thanks to Sears, America's #1 fitness source. The Sears exclusive LifeFlex Home Gym is a total body workout machine with a compact, space-saving design. You can perform over 90 body-shaping exercises.
And its convenient folding design is perfect for my small apartment.
It's the same quality you'll find at health clubs.
You'll also receive the angled arm pad, the low row bar, the ankle strap, and the ab strap. From beginner to advanced workouts, the LifeFlex Home Gym helps you achieve the fitness results you want. The LifeFlex Home Gym is just $599.99 with free delivery. Because it's from Sears, you know your satisfaction is guaranteed or your money back. Sears, a good life at a great price, guaranteed.
Call 1-800-758-5484 to order your Sears exclusive LifeFlex home gym with free delivery. Have your Sears or other credit card ready. Call now.
If you love pulling, then stay informed with the Full Pull magazine. Call 888-293-3984. The Full Pull tells it like it is and keeps you up with who's on top. Call 888-293-3984. 4 issues a year for only $20. ATPA pulling brought to your front door. Call 888-293-3984.
Have you seen gas prices lately? Huh? Well, you don't have to be stuck with high gas prices. Get an ignition system from Jacobs Electronics and increase your gas mileage up to 15% or more. Imagine the money you'll save. Installation is easy. Everything you need comes in one box with step-by-step instructions. A Jacobs ignition system will save you gas money and give you power. Gas prices aren't going down tomorrow. Take advantage of Jacobs Electronics' special TV offer.
You cannot have a fair without a merry-go-round. Welcome back to the 145th annual SEMO Fair, just outside of Cape Girardeau, Missouri, the Lucas Oil Midwest Showdown. 2 more trucks remaining before our pull-off. Here comes John O'Hart in the Big Red.
We saw him pull his other machine earlier tonight, the blue version of the Ford team. The Big Red, I just love that really stock appearing paint scheme on it. Very OEM looking. Very, very good run. Only 4 feet short, shy of a pull-off.
Now Joe Claypool comes up with the risky business. He's a general contractor, builds houses, was second in points in the Tri-State Pullers back in 1995.
This truck originally came from the state of North Carolina. Jerry bought it here a couple of seasons back and has some problems right there on the end. It shuts down 296.07.
Now, as promised, we'll be ready to go with our pull-off. And they have not reset the sled. They did not any additional weight be added. They also did not change the gear, so the weight moves forward much quicker. So we're going to have what's called a floating finish line. That is, the guy that pulls the farthest, even though they may pull beyond 300 feet, will start things out with Sharon Kendrick and the Hillbilly. Let's see if she can do it.
Well, it's not only necessarily the guy that can pull it the farthest, but it could be the girl. Sharon will set the mark to beat 297.09. A very good run. Let's go to Brett Kepner.
Well, we just got word that they didn't change the sled. Did you know they weren't going to change it?
Yeah.
297 feet, that's roughly where it was, but you changed lines. You were on the far right-hand side to start.
Yeah.
Right decision?
I hope it'll stay.
Well, she obviously feels like the track is going away. We'll find out right now as Lim Friday Jr. lines up. This is another one of the second-generation pullers.
Friday knows this type of soil very well. Has won here at Cape Girardeau before. I would not count him out. You see Sharon looking. Is she happy? No. You see Father Lim going, yes, son, yes. Lim Friday Jr. takes over the lead, 3:08.08. That's an awesome run, Tim.
8 feet out the back door.
Is there anything better than coming out and doing it again?
Oh, man, that felt great. That time I drove it a little better out of the hole. The first pass I got on a little bit too hard and spun them a little, and that one felt a lot better taking off.
You were a lot closer to the boundary line this time than you were the first time.
Well, as you can see, she fell back 5 feet off her first pass. It's getting a little bit rough, and there's some ruts starting to build up.
Now, I should ask, can Tommy Tamalian change the points outcome for you with this pull?
No, all he can do is change the battle. We've already won the war.
Well, then that's worth a handshake, my friend. Congratulations. A great job after a long year.
Oh, yeah. We took first and second. We couldn't be happier.
Nothing would be sweeter than to cap off this points victory by beating the Spellbound truck.
That's one of the toughest trucks in the country. You beat him, you beat somebody. So, yeah, it'd make it all worthwhile right there. Icing on the cake.
Let's see what happens.
Of course, that means Father Lim Friday Sr. and Jr. are the Jasper Engines TPM points champion here in the Midwest. But right now, they got to be concerned about that battle. This is the only Chevrolet in the category He's got to be 3:08 and change. Tom Samoyan, Jasper Engine's Grand American #2 in points, but he has won it here tonight in Cape Girardeau, Jed.
And I'll guarantee you no one is all that surprised. Let's take a look at it with our Lucas Oil Instant Replay, and we'll see exactly how Tommy does this. This is why he is one of the toughest pulling trucks in the nation. Actually, he came in as probably kind of like taking candy from a baby.
You better not tell Free Days that, Ted.
You are something, you are.
Oh, yeah. Me and Lynn, we go back a long way. 95, we shot it out at Houston for the championship, and we done it again tonight. It's great.
And, you know, we had just talked with Lem, and I said, you won the TPM points, but if you can beat Tommy, geez, that would be the icing on the cake. And what do? You just come out here and murder him again.
Oh, yeah. You know, this is Ford land out here in Missouri, and them Chevrolet people love me.
Yeah, they went nuts. And I should point out, we have to remember this was a test session. The results of the test?
Yeah, it worked.
Got a new game plan going into Macon?
We're going there loaded for bear.
I think you are. What a job. Great job.
Thanks.
So let's take a look at exactly how they did finish out. And seriously, congratulations to Lem Friday Jr., who did an outstanding job finishing behind Tommy Termolian. How about the final points right there? Both of the Fridays finishing in #1 and 2 position. Here's how they finished out with the top 10. We'll take a break. They'll reset the sled, and when we come back, Unlimited Super Stocks are up next.
Is your automatic transmission slipping or hesitating? Is it leaving a mess on your garage floor? Well, before you spend big bucks at the transmission shop, try this. Lucas Transmission Fix. It stops transmission slip. It also cleans and lubricates sticking valves to reduce rough shifting. Plus, it completely stops most seal leaks. It's also the perfect preventive maintenance product for any transmission. Lucas Transmission Fix. Try it. It works.
Eat chicken wings, buy Hooters things. Christmas is near, shop, have a beer. Give your Uncle Fred a gift certificate so he can buy us Hooters calendar with it. Eat chicken wings, buy Hooters things. Shop where it's cool, right from your stool. Playing cards and Hooters golf bags. Lots of stuff with low, low price tags. Eat chicken wings, buy Hooters things. Christmas is near, shop, have a beer. Gift certificates are here now. Good at Hooters everywhere. Wow! Hooters gifts are always savers.
In our family, men lose their hair early.
Thank you.
By the time we hit 30, we don't have to invest much in combs. So I started using Rogaine when I was like 28, at the first sign of fallout. Before I looked like I needed it, because I knew I would. So here I am. I've been using Rogaine for about 2 years now, right at the source of the problem, and I don't see any difference. And that's the idea. You keep the hair you have. Look, I love my dad. I'm just not in a rush to look like him. Simple, safe, smart. Rogaine. It's stronger than heredity.
At the Lost Drive-In, a reporter slanders a reckless racer. She says I ought to be barred, so I'm barred. But frankly, he just doesn't give a damn. That was pretty ruthless. Some guys know just what to do to please a lady. Tonight at 11 Eastern, 12 Pacific. Be there.
Welcome back to the oldest outdoor fair in the United States. We are at the Sino Fair just outside of Cape Girardeau, Missouri, getting ready to go with the lightweight super stocks. And while they line up and get hooked to the tractor, we'll talk to you about a regular sponsor for the ATPA. That is Valco of Cincinnati. Now, their president, Rich Sandiford, is an ardent truck puller and runs the series regularly. So we traveled to Cincinnati to find out exactly what is Valco.
We've been in the business of adhesive application. We glue books, boxes, bags, 2x4s, you name it. If it needs glue on it, we do it. Because of our familiarity with applying adhesives, there's a lot of sealers used on the motors, transmissions, rear ends. And I guess it was doing it as a professional during the day and then working on the motors at night or with my engine builders and seeing the problems that they were having that we began working with our expertise to actually improve what we could do in that area also. We started right with two-wheel drive trucks about 15 years ago. Actually, before that, I was just too busy with Valco to have enough time to do it, but fortunately we've got real good employees now, and it gives me a chance to get away and do a little bit more of this. But also, the involvement came back into the business when we began to recognize the problems in that industry, or that sport.
People want more technology for less dollars, and real high tech means quality assurance issues in plants. We're running in plants gluing folding cartons or envelopes or corrugated boxes at extremely high speed. They demand complete accuracy. Perfect product is the word out there.
Katie's came to the office and has been here since she was 7 weeks old, and she goes to all the polls with us, and she actually has her own business card, and she's our sales and goodwill ambassador.
Anytime you see Rich, you will see Katie the dog there. But right now, we're ready to go with the Unlimited Super Stock. Here comes Tom going, the Up in Smoke.
Now, the Unlimited Super Stock will allow for alcohol tractors. You're going to see some big cubic inch behemoth alcohol tractors here shortly, Ted. But right now, we got plenty of smoke. Tom will set the mark to beat 274.03.
Doesn't sound like a lot. The crowd really liked it. Let's go to Brett Kepner.
If there was ever a starting line that deserved a special touch, I think that one's it.
It wasn't a bad run. I think we're going to try to drop a gear and come back. I was getting in it pretty hard there at the last. We was running a gear higher than we normally run.
So here comes the Iron Will tractor. This will be driven by Jeff Jacobsmeyer.
Beautiful tractor, makes a lot of tire speed for a diesel. Got the double cut tires on it, but Jeff will have troubles here tonight. Two-time Jasper Engines champion here in the Midwest, but the Iron Will, really disappointing run.
Now we're in the Show Me State, so he calls this the Show Me Showdown tractor. This is David Marino.
Marino on a killer run, but whoa! Fire under the hood, Ted. Dave usually running the Jasper Engines Grand American Tour. This is home for him. Let's check it out on the Lucas Oil Replay Cup. Boom!
The good news is, believe it or not, that's the leader, obviously. The bad news is it was a rough one. It almost looked like maybe a fuel line came off with a fuel fire around it.
I'm not certain. It's a little strange. It might have sneezed just a little bit, but it's very strange.
And the saddest part is you obviously figured out the starting line, which is 3/4 of the battle here, and it was a beautiful pull to that point.
Right. I was going out the end. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, that's a shame. 219 feet will not hold probably beyond our next puller, Dave Anderson right here. But with the Anderson Farms tractor, a farmer by profession, will probably go well beyond the 219 mark.
This tractor's been in the sport for a long, long time. In fact, Lee Alward, when he owned this tractor, won the National Farm Machinery Show with it back in 1983. David Anderson takes over the lead here tonight at Cape Girardeau.
Well, that'll teach him, won't it? I mean, let's face it, if this track's as tricky as everybody says it is, then somebody's doing something right by getting that far.
Well, yeah, I'm tickled to death to be there. You know, there's a rough bunch out there. That track, you know, it's working good, but it's not really my kind of tires. You know, I think it's more of a double cut track, but it worked that time.
We'll take a break. We have a lot more tractors yet to pull. It's not over. Stay tuned.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
What's that?
The
Sony. I didn't know Sony made computers. Yeah, it's a Vio. Would you mind if I...
And turn off all electronic devices.
Yeah.
Thank you, and have a nice flight. Sir, could you turn off... Nice computer.
Sony Vio. With notebooks and desktops as sleek as they are powerful, they could only come from Sony.
Real light and thin?
Yeah, that's why I got it. Take our desktop series. The Vio Slim Top has a unique ability to capture, edit, and share a world of digital content.
Sir?
Yo, technology boy.
Sir, will you please...
It's a really nice computer.
You will not be able to take off.
What's going on here?
Thanks.
Sir, put the computer away. Sorry, Captain.
Call toll-free 1-866-369-SONY to get your own Sony Vio for a limited time with financing as low as 7.99% APR and $100 off a memory upgrade. Sony Vio.
This is Control Tower. Looks like we've got another Sony Vio on board.
Sunday night, it's Champions, featuring one of the greatest drivers of all time, David Pearson. His determination brought him glory.
He was the one I had to beat everywhere I went.
His humor and wit brought him fame. Get an inside look at this NASCAR legend on Champions at 8 Eastern, 9 Pacific.
Over the years, I've seen a lot of engine products, but one really works. It's Valco's Tube Grip Sealant System. You see, before, when you needed an engine sealant, it was complicated. Now with Valco, it's easy. One silicone, so you've always got the right one for the job. And with the Tube Grip, you can put your silicone right where you want it, faster, so you save time and money. Valco makes it easy, so your car's on the road, not on the rack.
A little color here from the fair, the multicolored lights added to the Lucas Oil Midwest Showdown. We're in the middle of the unlimited super stock category. Ted Jones, Tom McConnell here with you. Brett Kepner's at the finish line. We continue on now with Larry Wessel and the basket case.
We saw Larry run earlier in the lightweight super stock. Look at all the weight right in front of the tires. He's had to add a ton of weight to compete in this category. But he didn't have the horsepower. He will come up short, 250.03. David Anderson still in the lead.
Here comes a case. This is Brian Hogg, the Little Temptation. Remember, the number is 278.09 to take the lead. And look at that. He has those front tires hung right up in the air. Now he just drops them down oh so gently.
No surprise there. Brian Hogg takes over the lead. Look at it, less than a foot from being a full pole. He was formerly in the lead of the Jasper Grand American Series earlier this year as far as point standings are concerned, Ted.
Ah, my kingdom for a foot.
The good news is it's the leader. The bad news is what do you do when you miss by less than a foot?
Yeah, it's tough when you miss the gate by that much, but we'll give it a good shot. Hopefully it'll stay up.
You're one of the best in the country in this class. I would think that people would have to look at this as a serious mark to beat.
Oh, yeah, but there's one back there that can do it just as good.
We'll see if it holds. Good job.
Thank you.
Well, let's see if Tom Goings can do it. Remember, he passed on the first pull. He pulled 274 feet, so the Up in Smoke must feel he can do better. He did the right thing. He needs a full pull, Tom.
Remember, he pulled earlier. He was the test hook. The first time he pulled 274, and wow. Comes up way short of his first distance and way short of the full pull mark, 268.03, as we check out Binder Bob Schilling from the state of Illinois with the Hyperactive International. Very good run going so far for the diesel.
Bob is a mechanic by trade, so he may know a few secrets to put in this engine. Well, not quite strong enough, but 291 feet came very, very close. He'll move into second place. This coverage being brought to you by Jasper Engines and Transmissions, the nation's leader in remanufactured engines and transmissions, and by Lucas Oil Products, #1 in the trucking industry. And by Valco of Cincinnati, whose products are available at local truck stops everywhere. We'll be back with more.
For the finest and custom designed top quality leather jackets, there's only one name to remember: Viking Worldwide. Custom design your jacket or choose from one of our many styles and color combinations. We inlay your designs into top quality, fully lined lambskin jackets. Jackets make great gifts for business or friends. Whether you need 1 or 1,000, there's no minimum order. You design it, Viking can make it, and you will be wearing within 4 to 6 weeks. Call or email us for a free brochure and start designing the leather jacket of your dreams.
Looking for investment advice? Listen, a new car is not a smart investment. It's big payments, higher insurance, higher taxes, and rapid depreciation. That's why I'm installing a remanufactured engine from Jasper. Jasper's complete line of remanufactured engines and transmissions are built to the toughest quality standards in the industry, so you can keep your vehicle on the road and keep your money where it belongs. Working for you.
For all your engine and transmission needs, ask for Jasper. It just makes sense.
You got a way of coaxing more horses than the machine's supposed to have. An eye for sleek lines and a nose for burnt rubber. Well, Speedvision has news for you.
Hot Rod Magazine is on television.
It's everything you need to know straight from the editors of America's original speed-loving magazine.
Intimidate the guy in the next lane.
Get an insider's look at special events like the Bonneville Speed Week, where the only speed limit is in your mind. Hot Rod TV tonight at 7:30 Eastern.
Things begin to wind down. We only have a couple pullers left. Let's check in right now with Brett Kepner.
You know that anytime we present the Jasper Engines and Transmissions Best Engineered Vehicle of the Event Award, you're going to see some amazing technical stuff. Meet Ray Idle's heavy metal. Now, anywhere you look on this Superstock tractor, you will find everything from a chromoly chassis all the way to some magnificent billet pedals. But what's most incredible about this tractor is the power plant, and it's one of the strongest ever created for a tractor that uses an international block. But first thing I want to know is, who painted an international white?
Well, the tractor itself is unique, and I wanted a unique look, so that's kind of what I went with.
But everybody also knows that cases are white. Aren't you afraid to be mistaken that the heavy metal was a case?
Oh, that could be, but it'll stand for itself.
Now, when you teamed up with Brent Long to put this thing together, what was the main objective? What did you want different in this engine than in anything else in the class?
Well, I wanted reliability and horsepower, and Brent could supply the horsepower with no problems.
I say, those two questions are you're asking for everything there is, buddy.
Right, that's correct. And Brent could supply all that, so that's why I went with him.
How big is this engine as it stands, or are you even going to tell us?
Oh, it's 550 plus.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Now, most people don't understand that in this particular category, we're talking about engines with stock blocks, basically, that originally put out 150 horsepower, now putting out over 3,000. What is the key to reliability in an engine like that?
Well, like I say, it's a Brent motor design from the get-go. He starts at that point knowing he's going to try to get that kind of horsepower out of it, and from the engine pan up, that's what it's designed into it for reliability and strength.
Now, how many of your ideas are in that engine?
In the engine, not very many, maybe some silicone.
Okay, that gives credit to Brent, but with this particular chassis, obviously you have the flexibility to move a lot of things around that a stock chassis tractor wouldn't have.
Well, we started from ground zero with the chrome ollie frame and went from there, and everything's just designed around his horsepower.
That's all you need is his horsepower then.
Well, a little luck driving.
Now, there's some amazingly trick stuff about the heavy metal tractor, including factory original replacement fenders, still the full factory dash. I personally am curious about the driver access to the distributor, but again, those billet pedals, the beautiful driver's compartment, and one of the strongest cages ever created certainly do make this one of the best engineered vehicles in the history of ATPA pulling. But although he relies on luck as a driver, chances are if he can get the power to the ground, this is also one of the strongest we've ever featured.
All right, thank you, Brett. I don't know about that luck. The guy is an excellent driver, and that distributor looked like it had an adjustment so that he can reach down and change the timing right in the middle of the pull, which is starting right now.
Getting a little water or fuel to come off out of the blowback in the back, but hey, he's not worried about it. No problem. He is out of here. Another Brent Long machine making a full pull at 10. No surprise whatsoever. We've got to check it out with the Lucas Oil replay. Front end up, seeing a little bit of water and fuel coming out from the blowback, but he's got it under control. Doesn't even have to touch the brakes. That's a picture-perfect run, Ted.
Just a little bit of oil underneath, but that's a small price to pay for that kind of locomotive run.
Oh, a little blowout never hurt nobody. We'll take it.
You're at that 334 feet.
That's slightly out.
I wonder if it'll hold. Keep in mind, this thing's not over. We do have one behind it.
Yeah. Well, Chuck runs hard, so I got to watch out for him. Really.
Okay, we'll see what happens. Unbelievable.
Thanks.
I don't think so. Chuck Lee is good with the high stepping, but wow, 334 feet on this track. Ray, you're pretty safe, buddy.
As everyone knows, there's quite a disparity in the horsepower between the diesel smokers and the alcohol tractors. Looks like, as Ray Idle looks on, that the alcohol tractors win another victory, and he better watch it. Chuck Lee's actually the president of TPM.
That's a good feeling, isn't it?
Well, blind hog finds a few acorns every now and then, you know, so I felt lucky.
I gotta ask you, it almost sounded like it started to stumble off the starting line, yet you recovered it, or was that the way it was supposed to work?
Well, I'm not a very good clutch person, but you got to really know how to work this clutch without burning it up, and it'll hit the rev limiter right off the bat, too, once it does come up. So, no, that's typical for me. Yeah.
At 334 feet as opposed to the closest being 299, I think you proved your point.
Well, the other end makes up for my lack of driving out of the hole. Yeah.
Power will make up for anything. Congratulations. Heck of a job.
Appreciate it.
So here's the way they finished up that full pull plus a bunch, coming out on top with Ray Idle. Our congratulations. Here's the way they finished all the way down through number 9. Now one more special award remaining here this evening. That is our Jacobs Electronics Hot Pull.
Well, we saw Ray Idle win the Unlimited Super Stock with a long machine head. Here we have Brent Long, who won the Lightweight Super Stock Engine Builder Extraordinaire on an awesome run.
320.11 feet with that lightweight super stocker. Our congratulations to our Hot Pull Award winner. And here's how they finished the points with the Midwest Tractor Pullers Association.
Chuck Lee may not have won the pull, but he did pick up a Jasper Engines TPM title.
Coming up next week here on Speed Vision, the Jacobs East Coast Finals. You heard them talking about it. We'll go to the place called The Buck in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, a place set exclusively for tractor pulling. For more of the ATPA, log on to speedvision.com. Until next weekend, this is Ted Jones for Tom McConnell and Brett Kempner. So long, everyone. Thanks for joining us.